What is going on, everybody? I am Sean, and this is the Spooky Spooky Horror Show. I am joined by Anthony.
What
You
is
have to
up?
speak.
Well, I gotta
Um,
remember it's a delay on that fucking thing too. So
oh well, no, you're just talking to me. You don't need to worry about the delays. You hear me.
yeah,
Tonight we want to talk about the 2021 American. I don't know, man. Horror comedy. I don't.
it's more of a comedy.
Yeah.
Good aspects of it, but yeah, it's
I
not like
guess,
that
man.
scary.
We'll call it a horror comedy, super hot. But before we get into reviewing and spoiling that, Anthony, how's your week been?
It's actually been a pretty shitty week, to be honest. I'm fucking trying to get this electric thing finished. I've had to leave work twice to get these fucking things done with no fucking result and shit.
Oh, what,
so it's fucking
your
annoying.
electricity?
Yeah, there's a part of a phaser in the box outside that's burnt because it's an old one. The electrician's like, this is like a 1950s box. Like, it has to be
Oh.
updated.
Yeah.
But you can't do nothing without the power company, and it's just a whole fucking thing. So,
How's your welding been going?
oh, it's been fucking actually doing mint, really. I've been getting really
Yeah?
good beads down. Yeah, really good fucking beads down. I actually ordered. It's not exactly a cutout pieces of metal and then weld. It's like 90% cut, but there's just like one or two tabs to fold to
Okay.
like get you started. So I have some more metal coming and I'll be doing that.
All right.
So, but not
Cleaning
bad
more of
though.
the
I built
pool?
my own. Oh, you
what'd you
did
build?
clean the pool? I built a fire extinguisher holder for my Jeep. It worked out well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We finished cleaning up the pool, so now it's time to refill.
Did you fully drain it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And you saw the new pool before you left, right?
Yeah.
Like how fucking big it is.
Well, bigger than
Um,
the last one.
Yeah. So probably 12 hours of filling it. It
My God.
filled an eighth of the way.
Oh my god. It is
Yeah.
a big pool though, so it's
Yeah,
gonna take more water.
It's gonna take about a week. I really wish that there was a way to just like have chlorinated water just like delivered, like you can what's it called, a like a cement truck. How you could just have cement delivered and like they pour
Yeah.
it. I wish that you could just have like chlorinated water just like brought to your house and just
Well, you don't
pumped
need
into the pool.
chlorinate it. You could just you could have one of the giant like big ass barrel fucking drop off the water and you can just shock it, no?
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. I wish there was just someone and they could just like dump a hose and just like fill it in like 20 minutes
Yeah.
with water, you know, instead of this wait. But I bought the tickets for RTX for me and the kiddo. There's a bunch of YouTubers that he wants to meet, and a YouTuber I like that does horror review and everything, Dead Meat. Him and his wife are gonna be
Why do
there.
I know that? I feel like I know that name.
Maybe from his kill counts that he does on YouTube. I know on
Maybe.
Katie's stream he was giving me a shout out
Oh, okay.
on Tiger Wizard.
I might have remembered that.
Yeah, but yeah, so I've been making sure that my cinema camera, I'm finally gonna take at like everywhere that we want to go and do stuff as a family. I'm like, you know what, I want to bring my Blackmagic camera so I can go around and really get to know more of the features more, because I haven't done any narrative work lately because everyone is like busy and scattered everywhere, so I've just been like writing and streaming. So we go to like the rodeo and I want to bring the camera so I can like test out the functions, but they're like, you can't bring cameras like that. And I'm like, what the
Why
fuck?
can't you bring cameras like that?
They don't want professional cameras, and they consider that
Why?
professional. But I can bring like a Sony A7S that shoots damn near cinema quality film, but you can bring that in and it's perfectly fine. It's fucking stupid. It's basically
Phones are
so that
almost a fucking
Yeah.
quality like that.
it's basically so that they won't think that you're then recording stuff and then selling it as stock footage to like make money and everything. But yeah, so it's like everywhere we go, I can't really bring the camera anywhere. So I'm like, fuck
Just
it.
sounds stupid.
I've been to RTX a bunch of times, granted as press and media, but they don't give a shit what camera you have. It's a convention. Fucking bring your camera, film whatever the fuck you want, you know, unless noted somewhere, hey, don't film this, and like they're fine. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll finally get to use my fucking DTAP battery that I have, so that I'll have hours of charge. I'll get to finally like basically just use everything and figure it the fuck out. So
Yeah.
I've been getting all that ready, and it's just in time. The firmware update for it, because I don't have a gimbal and I don't feel like bringing a gimbal because it's just me and the kid. So I'm pretty much just gonna have the camera strapped to my neck, so I could just like pull it up like a regular fucking dad camera, but it's just gonna be a cinema camera. But since it's just me and the kiddo, I don't want to bring like a gimbal and like all that shit. So they just released in a new firmware update for the camera. All their Blackmagic's line of cameras have like a gyroscope in it, and when you record in B-RAW, it puts in the gyroscope data, but their software never did anything with it. And they just released an update for the camera and for their editing software that you can now, in the stabilization, choose to use the camera's gyroscope data to smooth out all your shit, so you don't need a gimbal.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's like I want to test that out too. So that's going to be next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I most likely won't be streaming Friday. The podcast won't be filming next Saturday, because God only knows what time I'm going to get home.
Home from that, yeah.
And then I don't know if we're going to go Sunday. It all depends on when I get these meet and greets for him with these people he wants to see. But that has been my week, trying to plan all that while also getting the pool ready. Okay, so a little info on Super Hot. There isn't a whole lot.
Yeah, there's not.
This time, it's not. One, it hasn't been out that long. I don't even think it has like a Wikipedia page. But it's very, at least it looks very shoestring budget. It was written and directed by Taylor King, who also produced it through his production company, New Zealand Sun Films. He started that with his father. The cast is pretty much filled with unknowns. They all have like maybe 1 or 2 credits to their name. I know the girl that plays Monica was in like a single episode of like The Marvelous Miss Maisel or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
And, I didn't notice her from anywhere.
Yeah, Warren. I had to look at her IMDb because I've never seen that show. The dude that plays Warren Van Helsing.
I like him.
He was uncredited in a whole bunch of stuff, but it looks like he's been in a lot of films that this director and production company have done. But other than that, like Candice Kale, who plays the star Jackie, this is her only credit. The dude that plays Sam, this is his only credit. Yeah, it's a bunch of these are like I don't want to call them 1 credit Andes, because their performances aren't bad.
No, not at all. It's just that they might not have gone any further.
They're new to the industry, so that's really it. I was trying to see who edited it. I didn't watch the credits because I've already seen this movie 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. But your spoiler-free review.
My spoiler-free. I mean, like I said, it's don't go in it thinking it's a horror film. Don't think it's gonna be some super spooky, scary movie. It's a fun movie.
I think there's one scene of gore.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
It was like the one woman that fucking had like her thing explode. So honestly, it's a fun Saturday night. Grab some people, maybe you and a friend, or you know, your loved one. Throw down some beers, a couple joints, and just watch a funny fucking movie. That's it. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be horror, but it really isn't. But I found it randomly. I was going through trying to make the list up, and I saw it on, I think, at Amazon. I was like, that kind of looks cool. I saw the coming attraction. I was like, sororities, vampires, might as well work. Though it had the least amount of vampires in the whole entire fucking movie.
I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. So I'll hold off on that.
Okay.
But yeah. So it's like fine.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it's nothing extravagant. Definitely don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Don't pay for the fucking thing.
No, that's
But
one of my main critiques. Like, even the thumbnail for it is very YouTube thumbnail, right?
yeah,
It looks like it would be like a YouTube original.
I could see that.
Yeah. No, like Anthony said, it's fine. It's I didn't hate
it's
the
nothing
movie.
extravagant.
Yeah, I didn't hate the movie
We've had
watching
better.
it, but I definitely didn't like it. Like, you know, it wasn't like I don't hate it, but I don't like it. And I really think that it just came down to if there was a little bit more time given to the script, the movie could have been better. If the editing was a little bit better, it could have been better. It's just the little things. I don't think the performances themselves were bad. It's just not as good as it could have.
Yeah, they definitely could have done better with it.
I'm trying to find, because like the main star that plays Jackie. What is her name? Fucking, is it Candace Kale? I'm trying to find.
I want to know if I have to look up if she actually speaks like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that I need to know, because
they never explained why does she talk like that.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know if that's her voice.
Yeah.
Or if that was like, because she talks like this a lot and I don't understand it. Yeah, and it's like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because, like,
she's trying to muffle herself.
Yeah, I don't get it. That was like one of the things that just really annoyed me. The whole time, and she would only do it sometimes, but it would. I noticed that. It almost sounded like she was trying to do an impression of Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, Napoleon. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. I was gonna say, fucking, what's his name? Oh, I forgot it now.
I was like, I have no idea.
I forgot it now.
But yeah, so let's go into some spooky spoilers.
Might not be that long of a podcast tonight, people.
Oh, it's gonna be, let me see. I have 7 pages.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick. There might be games played today.
Yeah. Okay, so the film opens with a long tracking shot. Oh, I'm gonna get into this too a little bit later. But
okay.
The film opens with a long tracking shot of Luca and Xavier delivering some like damned book to Monica Stoker, played by Lissa. I have to write this down. Lissa Caradang Sweeney, and her subordinates Kayla and Zoe. Yeah, that her real name is Lissa.
I love the name Zoe.
Caradang Sweeney. But yeah, and her subordinates Kayla and Zoe, played by Carolyn James Kennedy and Kate Medeiros, respectively. Apparently, this book, like the book in question, cannot be handled by mere mortals.
Mere mortals.
Xavier's hand has been injured because he thought he could touch it, and yeah. But Monica walks over and just picks it up without incident. So that's the first thing you're like, oh, that's weird that she could pick it up. Payment for this is apparently like some sort of a scarab. So Monica has Kayla hand it over to Luca. Luca then gives it to Xavier so he can inspect it, and he's like, ooh, what a fine specimen, or whatever. And then Zoe walks up and snaps Luca's neck. This looks bad.
What looks bad? What do you mean by looks bad?
That neck snap looks fucking terrible. Like, it looks like it's a fucking joke. It looks like you're a high school kid. You're like, all right, and then we're gonna snap the neck, and it's like it looks fucking terrible. Like, and the sad thing is, I was like, well, maybe if they take a couple of frames out, they can make it look more,
make it look a little
like,
better,
more jarring. You know what I mean? But instead, it looks like she took his head, and then they just cut to it this way, and it's like that's too many frames because there's no motion. It's just he's here, and then he's here,
and he's gone. Yeah.
And
well, like you said, I feel it was a very low budget thing.
Yeah, but there are ways to get around that. Like, she doesn't even make it look like she's she doesn't even look like she's putting any effort into it, which if she's
Well, maybe
supposed
that
to
was the
be
point.
some like monster or whatever, like that's fine, but there's nothing. It's hard to explain. All I know is the way that it looked, and it happens a couple of more times, and it looks terrible every single fucking time. But it's like up until this point, granted only 3 minutes in, the movie looks good. Like aesthetically,
it does look pretty
it
good.
looks good. Like I like Monica. I like the actress that plays her.
Oh,
I think the whole vibe that she like has is like
off.
cool. Yeah. But the action to start the movie off like this, just yikes. Am I? Oh, I am not. I was not down low enough. And I'm wearing my what movie? Trick or Treat.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was just like, God,
I
man.
had a mint fucking Hawaiian shirt, but it was a small today.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not gonna fit in that.
But yeah, so far we're 3 minutes in, and that looks really bad. And it was like, as soon as that happened, I was just like, oh fuck, man. Like we're in for a fucking ride, and I don't know if I'm gonna be down for it. Kayla and Zoe walk away, leaving Xavier terrified. As Monica leaves, she tells him that he's lucky he's not her type. That doesn't put him at ease at all. So it's like,
Doesn't make any
it's,
sense.
you know, cut to the title of the movie, Super Hot, which also happens to be the name of the pizzeria that our lead Jackie is a delivery driver for. I also just want to put this out there. Like, she's supposed to be the lead, correct?
Yes.
The movie focuses more on Sam, her friend, than really her.
It kind of does
Right?
seem like it transitions to him.
Yeah.
I have noticed that.
And it's like that to me is weird, especially even with the ending. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Jackie is on her way to deliver a pizza now. She's played by newcomer Candace Kale. She's delivering a pizza to the embodiment of an entitled Karen named Karen. Karen is trying to get her pizza for free because it took longer than 40 minutes.
And doesn't even bother to find out if that's the fucking policy.
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't care. Jackie informs her that that's
Terrible.
not Super Hot's policy and that she's confusing them with Domino's, which is right next door to them. So Karen tells her that she's not paying, leading to, like, honestly, a really nice back and forth between them. It essentially boils down to Karen isn't going to pay for the pizza because it took longer than 40 minutes to get there. So Jackie says she's not going to give her the pizza. If Jackie doesn't
Rightfully.
give her the pizza, then Karen says she's going to Yelp review them and put them out of business. To which Jackie comes back with what would
Fucking
really put them
terrible.
out of business is giving away pizza for free.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Which is
Karen-
100% true.
Yeah. Karen, realizing she lost this battle, just goes back inside, shutting the door.
Wait, are we
So
just
then-
calling her Karen, or did you look up that the character?
No. The character's name is Karen.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay.
I looked it up. But yeah, so Jackie walking back to her car just starts shaking the fucking pizza and kneeing it and everything.
Pizza, motherfucker.
She drives back to the pizzeria because I'm guessing that was like her only run, and she's like dancing and lip
Or her
syncing
last
along
one.
to she's dancing and lip syncing along to music. There's a lot of music. Some of them isn't bad. Some of
Yeah,
it
I
I
like
feel
it.
there's a I'm gonna get into this a little bit further down the way.
Rabbit hole.
There's a lot of driving scenes.
Yes.
Where nothing
they are
fucking
in the car
happens.
a lot. Yeah. Well, like
But-
their budget was like pretty low.
Yeah,
it had
but
to have
it's-
been.
Like, I'll get to it a little bit later, but it's like there's a lot of driving scenes, and there's like at least if you're doing a driving scene when like you're stuck there should be like a progression of the plot. Like you're that's where you're getting a lot of like your info dumps, because you can't do anything
Yeah,
else.
they
So
don't
it's
have
just
a lot
talking.
of that in this.
But with this, it's just they're just talking about nothing, and it's fucking annoying. So it seems like it's just put there to like, well, this is where we can play music,
Yes.
and it's
They had
like,
a
hey, we're gonna
fill.
play
They had
our
a
friends
fill.
like songs and shit. So she pulls up to a red light, and she's like bouncing around and dancing and lip syncing and everything, and a car I can't even really say full up. It's just two girls. It's a driver and a passenger. Pull up
No,
next
no,
to
no,
her.
no, no. There's girls in the back seat.
Oh, are
the
there?
whole thing's
All right.
full. Yeah, there's two girls in the back seat.
Okay. They see that it's Jackie, and then they start making fun of her hat and shit. And she gets all embarrassed. They
being real
drive away.
cunts.
Yeah. And it's like, who cares? You graduated. Doesn't fucking matter. But anyway,
Fuck that. I'm working, bitch. I'm making some money. You're driving around wasting fucking money.
they drive away. She like takes a minute to just be embarrassed, and then she's just like, fuck it, and starts dancing and jumping around
Oh
again.
yeah. I believe her in that.
She goes back to her job, and she hands the undelivered pizza back to her boss, where the owner is a complete asshole. She tells him like this is the last day she'll be delivering pizzas.
No, who the
He's
fuck
like,
cares? She
should I
says.
fucking care or something like that? So he's like, return your shit, and you're not getting an employee discount anymore. There's no way this dude's business is successful. If he's this big of a fucking dick
to the workers?
yeah,
He
to a
probably
worker,
has
and not
customers.
even like in a hidden way. He's just outwardly such a fucking prick that there's no way that
seems
he
old and
suddenly
miserable.
turns on the charm for patrons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've all dealt with that.
It's like, I would think that, okay, well, maybe it's like they actually do get along and he's just mad that she's leaving. But
Yeah,
then
but it
when
seems later
when
on,
when he's being a dick and she goes, the way she says, I'll miss you too, makes me completely think that no, he's just a crotchety fucking dick that just goes outside and yells at the sky.
oh, he's
like-
definitely one of those guys to get off my lawn.
Yeah. So it's like, so he's
God
just a
damn
dick.
Kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
dick, and he's a dick for no reason. So
Older
as
people feel
Jackie's,
that they are entitled to that.
yeah, they've lived long enough, then die. Jackie's leaving, and a coworker, I don't remember his name. I feel like it was something stupid.
Oh, what was his name? Brad?
Right?
No,
No,
Randy?
Brad is
No.
the boyfriend.
Randy? No, oh fuck, I don't remember now.
I mean,
He was
it
like
might be
one.
Randy.
He's like a scene. The dude.
I have it open. I can just let me look for a dude that looks like a douchebag. Found him. Man, even his IMDb photo makes him look like a fucking douchebag. His name is Carl. So Carl asks her if she smokes weed. She replies no, which I highly doubt. Then he asks if she'd like to make some money now that she's unemployed selling weed. She replies no again, and then leaves to meet up with her friends Sam and Kevin, who have been waiting outside, where they awkwardly dance in the parking lot to her announcement that she's free or whatever. And this is, I think the best way to describe this movie is cringy. It's just cringy. Like they're just awkward and weird, and it doesn't make sense. Like no one goes out in a parking lot and then just does the most awkward fucking dances. Like it doesn't happen.
Some people do.
No, shut up. Shut up. Name
Some
one.
people do.
Shut up. Name one fucking person you know that does that, who then doesn't
Yeah,
get made fun of and beat up.
Well, me, Nick, and
I-
everybody we used to go and do that, do random dumb shit and dance and
No, but that was
and stuff?
everyone. That was everyone. You have
Yeah, no,
this
all of us
one
did it.
random gay kid, this super
First
nerdy
off,
black kid,
First off,
and
I
then
want to
her.
point this out in this fucking movie. That kid, the other friend, not Sam, that
Kevin?
kid didn't have any kind of, I don't know, signs or whatever. He wasn't very flamboyant, or he wasn't
Yes, he
very.
was. What the fuck are
I
you
don't think
talking
so.
about?
I don't think the first couple of scenes he was, and like later
Dude.
on in it, they made him have like more of a
he has
flamboyant way
he
of
has the
speaking, and I was like, what the
stereotypical
fuck was
gay
that?
lisp. He has the
Did he?
stereotypical gay lisp. Yes.
Oh, I thought I didn't hear it when I first heard it.
The second he started talking, I was like, oh, he's the male gay character, she's the female gay character, and then
character.
there's just the
The other guy's
super
the straight
nerdy
guy.
black kid, like with the braces that doesn't sound like he's gone through fucking puberty yet.
Which
Like-
I'm very unclear on their ages, because him with the braces, he looks like he might have been 18, 19.
I feel
know?
I feel like they just graduated high school, because Sam and Kevin are going away to school, and
Yeah.
and she's taking a gap
leap
year.
A gap year, not a leap year.
Yeah, but then her love interest Carmen, she's 19.
Yeah.
So she
they're
get
all
left
really
back for 2
fucking young.
years? Like none of the ages make fucking
Well,
sense.
well, if her birthday is late, she could be an 18.
She still would have
and
graduated. Most people graduate at 17
I don't know. There's
and
a lot of
everything.
plot lines
17 or 18.
Lot of plot.
But like 19, you got left back. Like, but yeah, so they're weird and they're dancing, and this is where we get our first real unnecessary driving scene. They're driving back to Jackie's house as they discuss Marvel movies and how they would be cast if the movies happened in the 90s.
Makes no to the whole, yeah, I know.
None of this makes sense.
The Star Wars one, I said this thing. Didn't use. I was like, some of these cast members don't make any sense for the like what you're saying.
I don't even give a shit about that. The conversation that they're having makes no fucking sense.
Oh, they're trying to figure out if the movie was made in the
90s. I understand that. I'm saying the conversation that they're having has no bearing on anything that's going on in the movie.
Oh, absolutely. No. It's just banter in the car.
This is, and it went. If it's just gonna be banter in a car, cut it like down by more than half. There's no reason for any of this to be. Yeah, put like actual. This is just like, oh, well, we can have them talk about nerdy stuff because they're nerds, and it's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. I don't even think the director, what the hell is his name? Taylor King, right? Yeah, Taylor King. I don't believe he's a nerd or knows anything about nerd culture because it's so surface level that like he's just like, oh well, what about Marvel movies if they were in the 90s with Don Cheadle and Leonardo DiCaprio? And it's like, it's stupid. It's stupid. The dialogue doesn't make sense. This whole scene should have just been cut because it doesn't serve a fucking purpose. She's not talking about like them leaving. She's not talking about her feelings towards Carmen. I mean, fuck, we don't even know Carmen fucking exists at this point. Just have them leave and go straight to the fucking her bedroom where they're playing, I think, Battlefront 2. And her room is filled with like Star Wars and
oh yeah, she has
fucking
a ton of stuff.
Back to the Future posters and stuff. It's like we don't really know anything about these people, and this would have been a good chance to like explain or like find out a little bit more. Like they go, well, what do you plan on doing during this gap year that you're taking? Do you want to come visit us at school? Like anything like that. There's no fucking mention of this anywhere in this fucking movie, and it doesn't make fucking sense. Like what does she plan on doing for this year? She quit her job.
They never said anything. They literally don't tell you shit.
Yeah. And this would have been a time where you discuss that. She's like, I'm free. And then they do their stupid fucking dance. And then they get in the car, and then driving back there, they can talk about that. Because then you're at least getting like, oh, well, this is what's going to happen. Because then when they get to her bedroom, right? They're hanging out in Jackie's room playing Battlefront 2, again awkwardly talking about going to the movies and how Kevin is skipping out on the movie because he has work, and she's annoyed that like he's leaving in 2 weeks. So she was hoping that like he would like spend as much time as possible, like they are the friend group and everything, but he's like, just because you quit doesn't mean the whole world is on vacation. And it's like, there, that makes sense, but then she does like some terrible Star Wars voice. I don't even know whose voice she was trying to do. Because that wasn't Yoda. It was a full correct sentence. So whose fucking accent was she trying to be? Palpatine? Or is it because they're so young she's doing like someone from like the prequels? Because they bring up the prequels later about how Sam thinks Jar Jar Binks is hilarious when he sucks. And everything. So it's like, I don't know. Oh, she's just like, she just does that. So maybe she's supposed to be doing a Palpatine voice, but it's fucking terrible. It's like, I don't know. And then she hears moving trucks pulling up to her neighbor's house who she has a crush on. And then they make fun of her for being single. And then she tells them how she accidentally flirted with her when she was sick and doped up on cough medicine. But before she like sealed the deal with the flirting, she passed out and hasn't responded since. I guess that's been like 2 weeks or something like that. So they're like,
I think it was a few days. No,
was it? I don't know, because I think they were supposed to hang out that night, but now she's moving. So I think it was like 2 weeks, and she's like, oh fuck, because she hasn't like checked up on her. But yeah, so after they make fun of her for being single, Sam tells her that if she doesn't go out and ask if she needs help packing, that he's gonna like make it awkward for her.
Or her.
And it's just like, okay. But it's just like the whole conversation, it's like they went, yes, and then this is what's going to happen. Yeah, I can't believe that happened. You should go talk to her. It's like, why are there such long fucking breaks?
Fucking pauses.
Like, do another take. Do different angles so you can cut. Like, there shouldn't be that much of a gap between, like, conversations. That's why I was like, who the fuck edited this? I have a feeling it was the writer and director, but, like, if you go to IMDb, it's not there, and I don't feel like watching the movie again to get to the credits to see who fucking edited it. Like, I don't care that much. All I know is it's bad, and they need a different, they need a different editor. Because, like, this could have been tightened up. A lot of shit should have been cut out. Anyway,
but then
I digress.
If they ended up doing that, there'd be such little of a script, a movie.
Well, that's why this seems like this was like they wrote the script and they're like, all right, it's good, let's go. And it's like, no, you should have fucking sat down and gone through the best way to write a script that you plan on like shooting is after you write the script, even if you get a bunch of friends around, read the script.
Read it. Yeah.
You read the script out loud.
Make sure it makes sense.
Yeah, you don't read it to yourself like in your head. You have to read it out loud. That's how you figure out like, well, this dialogue doesn't fucking make sense. I'm gonna need a beat here because this doesn't fucking make sense. And I don't feel like any of that happened. I feel like this father and son team, he wrote the script and he's like, all right, let's shoot it. And then they went and they end up with like all this. And plus it could have been like they couldn't do multiple shoots because they didn't have the money. They might not have had multiple cameras. So at least if like you have multiple cameras, you can set up different shots. Like take the bedroom area, for instance.
Yeah.
If you had like even 2 cameras, you could have one that's like solely focusing on Kevin, right? And then have another one that's more of a wide shot. And then you just do it again where you already have the wide shot. So you do again where you change the camera, where you have the camera focused on Sam and a camera focused more on what's her name? Jackie, right?
Jackie, yeah.
And then you just do another take so that you have the wide shot and now you have close-ups of each of them doing the exact same dialogue so that while you're editing, you have these 4 different angles that you can choose from. So instead of having that long, like after she says something, there's like a 5-second gap before Sam starts talking. You can now completely get rid of that because you have a close-up shot in full resolution of just him saying his line. So then you can do that. And then as he's talking, right, you don't have that huge gap. He's talking, and then you can cut back to the wide shot just as she's responding or while he's talking because the dialogue is going to match up. It's like the things like that. So I'm like, why didn't they do stuff like that? So I'm like, how much money did they really have to shoot this? But I can't find any of that information. But it's just a little things. And now a seasoned producer and director would see this. And these people aren't like new to it. Like Taylor King, the writer and director, has 10 director credits, 22 producing credits. So he should know better.
One would hope so.
You know, and I think his father has even more, because I think like one of the first things his father ever made, he sold to HBO.
Really?
Yeah, so you should know these things. Like these aren't like new things. It's like I don't even like work. I do like super like indie, like, hey, I'm just gonna make my own stuff with my own money and fucking do it. I don't even work in the system. Like these are people that work in the system. How do they not fucking know this?
Should know.
Yeah. So that's the thing that like annoys me with like these scenes where it's just fucking awkward and it's cringy, and you could have cut down on a lot of that by just like knowing your craft. Anyway, Jackie goes down. Yeah, Jackie goes down and talks to Carmen. Carmen apologizes that she won't be able to hang out tonight because of the move, but she isn't moving like complete. I think she says like, which this confuses me because is Carmen going to school? Because she's like, we all know she's moving, right?
Yeah.
But I was assuming she was moving out of town to go to school. But she goes, I'm not completely, but she goes, I'm not completely moving out of my parents' house. I'm moving to so-and-so house, like on the other side of town. So is she going to school like in the city? Like in their town? Because all of this was filmed in Charlotte, North Carolina, which I'm pretty sure has like college. I'm pretty sure that's where like the college
Yeah.
is, or at least in North, I don't know. So it's like, where was she going to school? That like she was so worried that like she wouldn't see her again. Was she supposed to go to school out of school? But then if she is going to school out of school, then how is still living in the town but someplace else that you need to actually pay rent on instead of living somewhere rent free more conducive? Like, it doesn't make sense. Do you see where like a second pass?
There's a lot of holes. Yeah, there's a lot.
But do you see where like a second pass could like clean these up? Like if you had someone that wasn't in your inner circle like read this, could have put like, say he sent it to me, I could have been like, this doesn't make sense, and then you could fix it. But if you have just like your yes men, like your dad reading your script, it's like, perfect, let's make it. It's like, that doesn't help. You got to have someone else reading this shit to be like, okay, this doesn't make sense. So yeah, she's not moving out of town anymore. She's just moving to like the other side of town, into some house. And that's when like her boyfriend comes out and he's like, yeah, she's moving to a sorority. She's like, it's not a sorority. But at first, Jackie thinks that she's moving in with her boyfriend, Brad, because he seems like a nice enough guy. And he's like, no. We aren't moving in because my parents are super religious and they would have an aneurysm if we moved in together before marriage. Okay. Like, sure, whatever.
Sure, whatever.
So that's when Jackie's like, because she's like, well, I'm moving, across town, so we can't hang out now because, I'm packing and everything. But if you want to meet up later, we can hang out later.
Sure.
And she's like, oh, I'm going to the movies tonight, so I can't. And she's like, well, you can come hang out after. And she's like, oh, I don't know. And then Brad asks about what movie she's going to see. She replies that she's going to see The Thing. Brad wants to know which version, the John Carpenter's version or the sequel, prequel, reboot thing from 2011. Yeah. She says she's going to see the original, of course. This is where I want to diverge a little bit. I want to say, for the record, the 2011 version of The Thing isn't a bad movie.
It isn't.
It tells the story of what happened to the base that the original movie's people went to and investigated. So like, it's where everything started. So it's like, even watching it, they paid close attention to like the original, where if there was like a two-headed monster that was like burned to death in the movie, that's where that character burned to death as it spawned into two heads. So like all those things all match up. Yeah, because it's a prequel to John Carpenter's, because it's like what happened as like the wolf left. It's everything that happened after that. So like in the beginning of the movie, when the helicopter pilot's flying by shooting at the wolf dog thing.
Yeah. Well,
that's where that movie, that's where the prequel 2011 one ends. Because then the John Carpenter's one picks up. My problem with the 2011 one is the practical monster effects are probably the best part of that movie, of John Carpenter's movie.
Yeah.
And to this day, it still completely holds up, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They used CG. Now, if I remember correctly, watching like behind the scenes stuff on the 2011 one, they did have practical, but the studio told them to use digital. So everything was replaced with digital. And unless you have AAA Disney Marvel money for digital effects, you need to rely more on practical effects. And then you just enhance it with digital. Because if you don't have that money, the effects are going to look like shit. And guess what? The effects in the 2011 The Thing movie look like shit. So that's where that movie sucks on the effects, because the actors were all good. The story is consistent with what John Carpenter did in his version, and it's fine. It's shot well. It's just it's the digital effects. The digital effects fucking suck. Anyway, Jackie goes back to her house and she complains that she just got friend zoned by her crush and her crush's boyfriend. Well, it's time for Kevin to go to work, so he needs a ride home, where we get another awkward car scene. It's literally
driving for no fucking reason.
They're not even talking to each other. They're just sitting in the car, bopping around to the music playing. That's all. You didn't need this.
They didn't have much to go on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't fill it with shit, because it doesn't make sense. They literally could have just been like there. They start driving. Before they start driving, as they're getting in the car, they say something, and then it picks up where they're dropping him off outside of his house, where his dad is outside working on his car. I guess he's working on it. I don't really, I mean, he had a rag and the hood was open. I don't know what the fuck
We
he
were
was
just
doing.
looking at something. Doesn't mean you're working on it.
But like this whole scene is weird, but at the same time I like it, right? The whole scene.
A lot of very weird scenes for this very short movie.
Yeah, but it's like the scene with the dad. It like I like it, but yeah, it's weird, cause like he's joking around, how's it hanging, and he's like Sam is like a little to the left.
Yeah.
And then they do the whole, you know, someone tried to offer us drugs, so Kevin bought all the drugs for us, so we didn't have to do it, and he's like, oh, that's so kind of him. And stuff. Like it's weird, but it's, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. But what was for me the weird, like cringy thing, oh, and then like when he leaves for school, like what are they gonna do? And the dad's like, I'm thinking about starting swinger parties and everything.
Why the fuck would you say that to your kid?
Yeah. Because he's supposed to be the cool dad. Like that's his whole thing. And that's the thing where it's like, where I say like I like the scene, it's kind of like at the same time I don't, which is kind of what like this entire movie is. Will you buy all the drugs? Desi wrote, will you buy all the drugs for me? No, because I can't do them. But yeah, it's
caring.
The thing I don't like that he's so handsome. I don't like people that are more attractive than me. Yeah, the dad is super handsome. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of him. Bam.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, fuck you, Gary. All right, fuck you. You're not allowed to be attractive. Desi's just like, daddy? Okay. Here's another scene that fucking annoys me. We're coming up, man. It's just one right after the other. So now they go to that
daddy.
toy. Yeah. Now, what the fuck is Sam and Jackie go to the toy collectible shop, right? We get more unneeded banter about what type of movie prop they would want if they could get anything. And she's like, I'd want a DeLorean. And then he's like, what? And she's like, it's a prop.
I don't know why they're bringing that back for some reason.
Yeah, dude, I don't fucking know. And then he's like, oh, I want some kind of sunglasses or whatever. And I'm just like, man, what? I don't care. I don't
most
care.
of the movie's done at night.
Yeah, but it's like none of this makes any
sunglasses
fucking
for?
sense. There's no fucking reason for any of this shit. So yeah, I guess this is supposed to serve as a little bit of background on Jackie. She loves movies, obviously, because she's such a nerd and quirky. And she loves making models and props.
Okay.
And Sam says that she should reach out to ILM, you know, the people that do Star Wars, Industrial Lights and Magic. They did Star Wars and all those other things, about like an internship.
Yeah.
During her gap year. It's like she's not doing anything else. She might as well do something that she likes and possibly get a career out of it. To which she just goes, they don't do models anymore. And it's like, oh my God, you fucking negative Nancy. Like, whatever.
So they don't do models. They do something similar to models. And
yeah.
Trying to...
And it's like they do still do models. They'll make a practical model and then they just digitally scan it. They still have model makers. Like that's what Adam Savage from Mythbusters does. Like he worked for ILM. Yeah. And everything, like he's done that before. But yeah, the whole thing, she's just like meh. It's like whatever. We get an unnecessary nerd test from the shopkeeper clerk guy when all she wants to do is buy a fucking Gundam model. And it's like,
yeah, dude, that whole thing
he has to
like...
test her. So what I'm basically getting is from what we just got of Jackie, of like what her background is that her whole character so far boils down to she's gay, she likes movies, she builds models, she doesn't know what she wants to do in her life. That's it. That's all we fucking know about her. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like at like the halfway point, we should know a little bit more about her.
Just a smidge. But
then we get this fucking douchebag fucking store clerk giving her like a test about like anime and stuff, but it's his quiz is like the most normie fucking like nerd questions. Like he says the names of characters from Cowboy Bebop. She goes Cowboy Bebop and everything, and then like Chip Hazard, oh, small soldiers and everything. It's like, it's the most normie, like my 10-year-old would know the answers to these questions. Like, these are not hard questions, which makes me think that like this guy was trying to write like, oh, well, she's a nerd and she likes this stuff, but he did like the most surface level fucking, well, I watched Toonami once in the 90s, like type things. And it's like, man, fucking stop it. But yeah, she wants to buy just like a regular Gundam model, and he makes a whole fucking stink about, well, do you own Back to the Future on DVD or Blu-ray? I was like, Blu-ray? Well, why? Because the quality's better. Well, this Gundam is the Blu-ray equivalent. And she's like, okay. And then she spends $400 on it. She just quit her fucking job.
Fucking dollars, bro.
She spent $400 on a fucking model that she has to put together.
There's a lot of people that have that issue. That like they feel bad to not get it after that, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I don't fucking care.
Shit.
I would never spend $400 on something that I have to put together.
It's fucking nuts.
Because you got to put it together, you got to paint it. Fuck that. I will buy a regular fucking statue for $400. I will not buy a fucking model that I have to put together for $400. That's stupid. But she's also unemployed now. So why is she wasting her money on this?
Yeah, $400? That's insane.
Like, it's just more, it's like I like the movie, but it's like, I just don't like the movie. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
She gets the model, and then we get another fucking driving scene. This time she's openly moping about the fact that her friends are leaving and her being stuck there, and how she doesn't want things to change, and I don't know, blah blah blah. I kept checking out because I don't care. She yells at Sam to pull over because they inadvertently drove to Carmen's new place, instead of just driving past them, you know, like a normal fucking person. She decides to have him pull over so that they can spy on him. Sam parks the car, and then who is it? Jackie yells at him to turn down the radio, but apparently it doesn't turn down, it only turns up.
Up, yeah.
That
we've all had
sense.
those radios.
Well, you'll have it where the knob doesn't turn, but you can take the knob off and turn it down.
Oh, it does. She does. It ends up having
yeah, so he ends up having to turn the car off to stop the music. But while the thing is blasting, they hide. He turns off the car, and then they duck down to hide because Carmen is shutting the truck up so she can, I guess, bring it back or something. And she notices the sound, turns and looks, doesn't see them, so she gets in the car, drives away. After she drives away, Jackie decides that she wants to go creep on the house and check it out. What is this? Who does that? And he gets out and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, well, I just want to see what's going on. It's like, no, that's fucking weird. That is fucking weird, okay? You're doing that, and then what if the roommates come down and see you fucking doing that, and then tell her like that you're doing that? Like, no, that's fucking stupid. You don't do that. But they decide that there's a better way to do it, so they walk away and they devise a plan. They're gonna call in a pizza order, but then she'll deliver it so that she can scope it out. The idea is that after she calls it in, she'll go to her boss, or her old boss since she quit, get the shirt, the hat, grab the pizza, of course, and the car, and then deliver it, and it'll be Carmen who opens it, and then she'll be invited in, because it's like, oh, someone ordered a pizza to this address, but it's not for it, you know, oh, it was a prank, but hey, you guys might as well eat it.
What I never got was, when I don't order a pizza and it shows up in my house, I don't fucking ask them to come in.
Well, the thing, well, when Monica answers the door, that's when you should be like, hey, that's fucking weird that you're being invited in. But like, if it's Carmen, she knows Carmen. They're friends.
Yeah.
And everything. So it's like, if she's invited in, it's like her friend is inviting her in, which is why they go to her old boss and they ask him if like they can deliver the pizza, and he's being curmudgeon and everything.
And then they let her know that, oh, we're trying to get laid. And he goes, well, why didn't you tell me?
Sam just lays that out, that all they're trying to do is get laid. And he's like, well, why didn't you just say so? So he gives him the stuff and they drive over. Jackie acknowledges that the plan is simple, kind of stupid, but she goes up to the door, knocks on it, and instead of Carmen coming to the door, Monica comes to the door. Monica clearly isn't buying whatever Jackie's selling.
Oh, yeah.
But invites her in regardless, which, like you said, should be a fucking red flag.
Yes.
That's not a thing that like normal people just fucking do.
I don't invite pizza delivery people into my fucking home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Even if it's like, like I remember it would be like you would just remember in New York you would just like leave your front door open and they would have like the
No.
screen door in the front. People
Oh,
like the
yeah.
driver would just be standing there with like the door open. It's like that's just easy. Like we've lived too long a lives to know that you don't do that. You shut the door, you get whatever you have to get and do it. Monica apparently, as Jackie walks in, red flag number 1, Monica already knows her name, which should be red flag number 2.
Number 2.
Jackie never brings it up. Monica introduces Jackie to Layla, Kayla, and Zoe. I hate that Layla and Kayla have names so similar, because while I was writing everything, you know, I had IMDb open, and since it's on Amazon, you have that X-ray feature, right?
Yeah.
That like tells you like the actors. It never brought up the person that plays, I think, Layla. It only ever brought up Kayla.
Oh, okay.
But the girl's name was different. So it's like the girl that was in that opening scene wasn't shown in any of the X-ray stuff, and you had to like deep scroll IMDb to find her. And I was like, that's fucking weird. So for a while I thought her name was one way, and then it was like, oh wait, no, there's 2 of them. And then yeah. But yeah, she offers, she does the introductions and then asks her if she wants like a drink or something. Jackie says, yeah, I'd like a soda if it would please the court or whatever. At this point, Zoe takes the pizza and goes to get the drinks. So Sam gets out of the car, sneaks around to the back of the house to see how Jackie's doing. He's almost caught by Zoe as she exits the back of the house to throw the pizza out, and he hides behind a trash can so he doesn't get caught. After Zoe goes back inside, he gets up to see what she's doing and notices her poisoning 2 of the sodas. Not the waters that are there, just the soda.
Just the sodas.
He sees her coming back out, so he runs and hides, this time on the corner of the house, and she throws out the shit and then goes back inside. He runs up to see what's going on, like what was just poured in, and while he's going through that, he finds a severed human hand in there. The fakest looking human hand like I've ever seen in my life. It like they didn't even like paint the fingernails or something so it doesn't look like rubber, and they just like put it in the trash can, and it was like, well, that's it. So he's now freaking out, so he runs back up to the front and just busts in the house, and like just as Jackie's about to drink the poison, he just like grabs her and is like, we gotta go, we gotta fucking go, we gotta get out of here. So they leave, and as they're walking back to the car, Sam is yelling at her to get in the car. She's yelling at him for messing things up, but then Jackie just concedes and gets in the car, and they drive away. As they're driving away, a truck, it straight up looks like a truck because the tires are big, starts up. It was parked behind them, starts up and like follows them.
It was a Jeep.
Jackie tells Sam that he's freaking her out. He tells her that he found a severed hand in the trash and that Zoe poisoned the drinks. And I quote, why are the redheads always crazy? Not the hot
Redheads,
ones?
bro.
Yeah.
Redheads.
So she brings up Carmen, and then he tells her that she's probably in danger too because Zoe poisoned more than one drink. Cut to Monica and Zoe in the kitchen. Zoe looks annoyed, I guess, that Jackie got away. Yeah, and then Zoe's the one that brings up that they're running out of time, so Monica tells her to go find Jackie and Sam. While all this is happening, apparently they decided that they needed help to get Carmen out. Like, she can't go back. It'd be fucking weird. So they figured they'll go get Brad. He'd be the only one to get her out because that's her boyfriend. So they go to, he would be the only suspicious option because he's the boyfriend. So asking her to like come out so he can talk to her would just be normal. They get to his place and he's playing video games with a buddy, but when they bring up Carmen, he starts crying. Buddy tells him the whole reason he's here is to cheer him up, rubbing his back. He's rubbing his back, telling him, shake it off, buddy, shake it off. They then hold hands. Wait, I love when they hold hands and they just start chanting, big boys don't cry.
Yeah, that was fucked up, bro.
I was like, oh my God,
like,
that's
really?
fucking hilarious. So they get Brad on board, and then they head back to Carmen's place. As they're heading back to Carmen's place, Zoe pops up in front of them out of nowhere. They swerve to avoid hitting her and almost hit a car pulling out of the driveway. All of this looks bad. Every part of this. Her being there and them doing the swerve, it looked terrible. And then like them driving towards the car pulling out, juxtaposed with them in the car like and everything, but you can clearly see that they were probably moving like 5 miles an hour. They just sped it up. It looked terrible. They could have it could have been more, it could have been better if they just started where they stopped, put it in reverse, right? Just stay on the brake, put it in reverse, and then go 1, 2, 3. You start recording. You have someone like push the car from like the front so you can get like the wobble, and then just have that person move, obviously, and then slam on the gas going in reverse. So at least there's speed, and then you just reverse the clip. You know what I mean? So it looks like there's actual speed leading to it. Instead, it looks so bad. It looks so bad and so amateurish that I couldn't get over, like, the parts that look so bad. You know, it's not like, well, it's whatever and everything. It looks so bad. It's like, remember the neck snap from the beginning?
Yeah.
We get another neck snap right here. While the driver is berating Jackie for almost hitting him, talking about, what if my kids were in the car? Sam is looking in the back for Zoe. She's gone, and he keeps calling her, and she's like, hey, I'm dealing with my own thing right here. So then Brad's all like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Yeah. And he's about to get out to go handle the driver, but Jackie's like, no, just stay in the car. Jackie finally turns back around to see what the fuck Sam's talking about, and notices that Zoe's gone. And then Brad is all like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in the car, and shuts the door, which causes them to turn around, and Zoe is standing behind the other driver that's like yelling at them, and just like one hand on the top of his head goes like this and snaps his neck, and he falls. And it looked fucking terrible. It looked terrible. You could have, it's if you can't do something, just don't do it. You know, like, or at least trial and error, figure out do different takes of like different ways that she can do it. But it's like, is she supposed to be like this like uber beast that's just like super powerful and everything? I don't fucking know, but it looks terrible. And then as they're screaming for their lives inside the car, some bright light turns on, and Zoe turns around to see what's causing it, and then she gets shotgunned in the chest by someone.
Yeah.
The unknown man comes up, knocks on the window. Jackie, I don't know why, rolls down the window and asks, is this your first vampire?
Yeah.
And they shake their head yes, and he's like, oh, cool. And then asks them to help get rid of the bodies. How are they vampires?
They're not.
They're out in the sun.
They're not.
Like, right? But then later,
Doesn't make any sense.
Kayla or Layla, whichever one, has fangs.
Yeah, she shows the fangs out of nowhere.
And it's like, how? What is going on? Like, none of this makes sense. The dude introduces himself as Warren Van Helsing, asks them for help getting rid of both bodies, because if they don't hurry up, it's going to draw unwanted attention. So Sam runs over to Warren to help him with Zoe's body. He grabs the legs. Warren grabs the top and throws her in the back of the truck. Jackie runs back to Brad and asks him for help getting the other driver's body into Warren's truck. When they're done, Brad vomits on himself, and Warren asks why they're being chased by vampires. Sam tells him, we didn't know they were vampires. They just went to the house because Carmen just moved in there, and the women that live there are hot. So it's like, okay. But again, how are they vampires? If they go out in broad daylight, we haven't seen them drink any blood.
We haven't seen them done shit as a vampire.
Yeah. So I don't get it. I don't get what like any of this like is. Warren asks if Carmen is a virgin, which Jackie says is a rude thing to ask. So he explains that at midnight they're going to sacrifice a virgin for some fucking reason. He assumed that it was either Sam or Jackie that was the virgin, which is why she was being chased. So Jackie immediately says she's not a virgin. And Sam gives her a look like, yeah, okay. I'm going to throw this out there.
That's fucking rude.
Jackie and fucking Candace Kale, the actress that plays her, is very attractive. She is a very attractive woman. As much of a geek as the character seems to be, and her weird fucking voice, she's still visibly an attractive woman. Sam, on the other hand, has braces as an adult, a receding hairline, no muscle tone, and a voice that cracks like he's still going through puberty. If anyone in this situation is a virgin, it's him. Let's be real. Whether, like, Jackie would have no problem, gay or straight, sleeping with someone. Like, that wouldn't be an issue for her. because
I
she's
don't
attractive.
think-
That's not a thing that attractive people have a problem attaining, you know?
Ugh.
But so it's like when she's like, I'm not a virgin, and he like gives her that look. You should
Like,
not be giving someone that look. Anyway, they asked
Well, they
Brad
all were
about
very presumptuous of her.
yeah, and they kept assuming it was her. They asked Brad about his sex life with Carmen, and he says he's uncomfortable talking about that. But after they're like, dude, it could be like the end of the world, he finally tells them that they haven't slept together because she wanted to wait for the right time, and that time never came
It
up.
never happened.
Yeah, so they decide that Carmen is probably the target. They decide to split up. Warren takes Sam so they can get more weapons to fight the vampires, while Jackie and Brad are given the task to go to church and fill up water guns with holy water.
That always works.
Yeah. On the drive, Sam tries to get Warren to open up about ghost hunting and if he likes it, while Sam says he's expected to go into the family business of accounting. While discussing how boring accounting is, Zoe wakes up and quietly opens the trunk and just leaves. I would have thought the opening of the trunk, because I've been in your Jeep and it is creaky as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I would assume opening up the trunk, you would hear that open. I would think her getting out.
Well, there's no trunk. There's no real trunk to that.
It's
just
the
like a back hatch.
Yeah, but still, that opening is creaky, right? But yeah, I would assume like her waking up, rustling around. Plus, did you realize there was only one body?
Yeah.
What happened to the other body?
Details weren't exactly their extreme motive for this movie.
You're thinking about details. You mean how he said we need to get both bodies in my trunk so that, you know, nobody is suspicious, and then there's only one body. It's just Zoe's body.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
unless they put it in the other car, but they don't mention that they put that in the
I
other
do
car.
not think that Jackie would be okay driving around with a corpse in her trunk. Like,
Well, it's
I
not
don't think-
hers. It's the pizza. It's the
Yeah.
pizza places.
I think that would make it even worse. But yeah, so Sam hears a weird noise, so he turns around and notices that Zoe's gone. So he lets Warren know, and he's like, oh, so he speeds up to his destination, and they arrive in the woods. And, you know, Warren tells him just stay in the truck, and then he gets out and pours salt around the truck, but then runs out of salt.
Yeah.
And then just goes like, fuck it. And then
fuck it.
that's the end of that.
And they don't even elaborate on it. Like, well, why
No.
did he say off? We know why, but
Yeah, but no, like I don't even think he told him why he was like
he
pouring the
didn't.
salt.
He didn't even say why he put down this. Any of us Winchester fans, we all know why there's salt around
Yeah.
that thing, but they don't
Um,
explain it to the kid that's scared shitless.
But you see, this is something where that whole driving scene, there could have been more exposition about like
Well, there's not a
how,
lot
how,
of
are-
explaining
how are
in this
these
movie.
non-vampires actually vampires and shit. You know, like there are
Yeah.
these things that you can do, but they don't. Kevin calls Jackie. I think while they're parked outside of a church. He tells her he's out of work and he's ready to meet up, and she starts rambling about vampires and Carmen and all like weird shit. Kevin has no idea
Hurry
what
up
the
and
fuck
get
Jackie's
there.
talking about. So
And then
Jackie's just
Cordy
like,
just fucking goes.
yeah, so Jackie just tells him like, go to this address, meet us there in 20 minutes. Brad comes back, thanks her for lending him a shirt since he puked on his. They talk about how the church is locked, so they can't get holy water. So she's like, what are we gonna do? So he says we could just make it. So she's like, all right,
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
Google it. And he's like, no. WikiHow it. It's like, what?
WikiHow it? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's if you go to WikiHow, it's like basically like just instructions on how to do shit. But it's at this time they're talking about the breakup. Well, no, first they talk about how Brad knows that Jackie is in love with Carmen, and that Jackie's like,
yeah, that
well,
was an awkward conversation to have.
yeah. Jackie's like, you know, it doesn't matter because Carmen dates guys. Brad basically
What are you
tells her
talking
that,
about?
you know, Jackie is the reason that they broke up.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you know, maybe Carmen's into her, you know, you
never
kind of get
know.
that feeling, but that the chick that plays Carmen is not a good actor. So it's like
Sure.
she's constantly portraying like surprised face. Every time you see her, she's like, oh, and it's like, all right, whatever, man. Zoe's dragged back into the house by Kayla and Layla, and Monica tells them to get her into Zoe's room. Carmen comes downstairs trying to like find out what the noise was about, and Monica just tells her it's nothing. It's just, I don't know. I think it was like maybe Kayla is clumsy. It was either Kayla or Layla. That's all I know. It was a La girl that is clumsy, and then asks her if she can help her with something upstairs. We then cut back to Warren waiting in the woods, and there's a glowing orb that shoots past a truck, and Warren then lands and reveals Helen. I have no clue who the fuck this woman is.
Just Helen
she
yes.
Is she an alien?
Random person.
Is she a ghost? Is she an angel?
Tell you.
You get no fucking information on like what's going on. None. And they talk for a minute, and it's like, oh, I'm fighting a once bitten or whatever, and then the white blanket that's on the floor fucking fills up,
rises.
And there's a fucking trunk of weapons underneath it, and then it's like, okay, and then they leave. It's like, that's all it is. It's like in the absolute beginning of the film, when it showed like the production logo for New Zealand Sun Films, it's it's like a billboard, and it says that, and then there's an alien spacecraft that's crashed. So I'm like, was that actually part of the beginning of the movie before it cut to the them in the woods getting the book, or is that just like what his logo is? Because it's like, is she an alien? Is she coming from like the spacecraft? Is like that what like this whole like shit is? Like, they don't explain any of it. So it's like, it's just another character. She has some sort of power, and then that's it. Then it's like, okay, bye-bye. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Zoe dies, of course, because she took a shotgun to the chest. But as a vampire, shouldn't she not be dead?
Yeah, you would think that, but evidently that isn't how that works. That's the statement. Like, why isn't she dead?
Well, like, Kayla gets stabbed with the crowbar, and that doesn't stop her later. She's still fighting, you know?
But then none of them like turned to dust or anything like they're supposed to if they died.
So yeah, so Zoe dies, and Kayla says instead of doing the spell for eternal youth, to instead do it to bring Zoe back and do the spell for eternal youth on the next full moon. While they're discussing this, if you look at Zoe, who's supposed to be dead, you can see her chest going up and down, up and down. She's just straight breathing. It's like, bitch, hold your breath for a minute. Like, what are you doing?
Or anything.
Or just don't shoot her where you can see like her chest rising. You know, Monica's not okay with them waiting, because she in particular is running out of time. She's already 26, and face masks and creams are not going to stop her from getting old and losing jobs.
I was like, how fucking conceited is this shit right here? They're worried about their fucking beauty, and they're 26 years old.
That's right, people. This movie is about girls that are models that want to do a spell for eternal youth so they can be models forever and never lose jobs. That's what this is about. They're doing all this for this. It's so fucking stupid. Kevin arrives at the house, and instead of waiting for Jackie, even though he could easily look around and be like, hey, where's Sam's car? He just walks up to the house, rings the doorbell, and they invite him in.
That's it.
It then cuts to Warren and Sam driving back to meet them, and Warren explains what vampirism is. It's super confusing. None of it makes sense. Basically, Warren says vampirism is like an STD. A vampire can choose. I was like,
that doesn't make any sense. And I've watched a lot of vampire movies.
A vampire can choose to turn a mortal into a vampire, but the ones who are turned are weaker than the one that turned them.
Which I could understand. Like,
so
the head guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with like werewolves, whatever. You kill the main one, the rest of them that were turned back to normal. However, are these girls vampires?
No.
Because Zoe snapped a bunch of dudes' heads, like necks, and like the last one, with one hand. So it's like, she has strength. She took a shotgun blast to the chest and still managed to like get back to the house. She died from it, but she still managed to make it back. But like I said, she died from a shotgun. A vampire's not going to die from a shotgun. Even if they're a weak vampire, you have to take off the head, or you have to stake them through the heart. Like, it's simple shit.
Not quantum physics. Yeah.
They're also going about their days like anything they want to do in broad daylight. They just walk outside. They don't use like umbrellas or anything to block the sun. They don't do any of that. They just go outside in broad daylight.
Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense.
Are they vampires? Because also, if they are vampires, how are they aging? Shouldn't they already be young forever?
Well, you would think so.
Right? So it's like, again, have someone else that isn't in your inner circle read the script to point out like how none of this fucking makes sense. We get an awkward scene of Sam and Warren dancing in the car, like whatever, before it cuts to Sam surprising Jackie outside the house. They gear up. Brad and Jackie are not happy about their weapons because Sam got a silver dipped baseball bat
Yeah.
Jackie got,
that
I guess,
one.
a silver dipped crowbar, but apparently it's super heavy. Whatever, man. And then Sam gets a shotgun and a belt of grenades. And then Warren, after they complain, Warren asks Brad if he wants to swap weapons, and he's like, no, I'm good. And then he pulls out another shotgun. He's like, oh, too bad. Then they get a call from Kevin, and he tells Jackie that he's already inside the house. So Jackie's freaking out as he's telling him, like, get out of the fucking house. He goes, hold on, Monica wants to talk to you. So Monica takes the phone and goes to talk to her. But at that point, Warren took the phone, is all like, oh, well, I'm the guy that shot your friend or whatever. So Monica's all like, well, why don't you come in and say hi or whatever? I don't fucking know. They devise a plan to come in. So Sam and Jackie are going to go in through the front, while Brad and Warren go in through the back.
Going in through the back, eh?
What happens? So yeah, they talk. Kevin is talking.
As I said,
to the
I mean,
girls.
there's a lot of negative space in this movie.
Yeah,
It was just a whim. Like, they could have made this movie a lot better than what it was.
Yeah. It feels like a better shot Gracefield incident, where it's like, well, we got a weekend. You know, let's
so
pump out a
bad.
movie in a weekend. But yeah, so Monica invites Sam and Jackie in. They have their shotguns and crowbar. Kevin's like, what the fuck's going on? And Sam's like, we're here to save you from the vampires and everything. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You crazy? And he's like, no, watch. And then he cocks the gun. Kayla vamps out and shows her fangs. She's like, and Kevin's like, oh, what the fuck? And everything.
Yeah.
And then she goes and like grabs fucking what's his face. No, she doesn't grab him yet. She's and everything. Warren and Brad come in through the back, but then Layla goes and attacks Brad. He goes to swing. I get like these fight scenes. Like, what the fuck? Did they not? It's like he goes to swing, but he's holding the bat like this. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, dude.
They want to make it. They want to make it real. That like he doesn't know how to fucking swing a bat.
Just swing a fucking baseball bat.
He might not.
Swing away. Like, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So Layla attacks Brad, takes his
I
bat,
love
and then
that
hits
movie.
Warren in the back of the head. Sam then goes to shoot Kayla, but apparently the gun isn't loaded, or more than likely a safety is on or something. I don't fucking know. Then Jackie goes to swing her crowbar, but it goes flying behind her. Apparently it's slippery too. She says, oh, it's heavy. That doesn't make any sense. You know, like, because it's heavy, it's not gonna, when you go like this, it's not gonna, whatever. That is when Carmen comes downstairs. She's like, what's going on? It's like, we're here to save you. Kayla grabs Sam and I guess is supposed to be lifting him up in the air. But now keep in mind, up until this point, the only person that has showed vampire fangs has been Kayla.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
There's no real evidence of them being a fucking vampire.
Yeah. So Monica says all of this was for Jackie because she's sacrificing a virgin, and Jackie again says, "I'm not a virgin."
Like, stop saying this.
And she's Monica's all like, "I can smell a virgin in here. Someone is a virgin."
Someone's a goddamn virgin.
And she's like, "Well, it's not me. God forbid it's Kevin." Oh, are we just assuming that, like, because it's a guy, like, they're obviously not virgins? Like, I don't, you know?
Yeah, they really didn't actually fucking.
Right? So she had to straight up come out and say, like, and tell Kevin, like, being adamant that she's not a virgin, that sophomore year she slept with Mike McKenzie. And he's like, oh yeah. And it's like, you clearly knew that she wasn't a virgin. What was the point of all of this? Like, it's so fucking stupid. So Monica again goes, well, someone's a virgin, and they look at Carmen, and Carmen's like, I'm not a virgin. And then Brad is all like,
Again.
what? No. Or whatever.
No,
And then
you didn't want to sleep with me.
yeah. And then it's revealed that Brad is like a 25-year-old virgin. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry that I was raised by a family that had values and stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand. That was a fucking dumbass fucking comment.
And then out of nowhere, Carmen just stabs him in the gut with the sacrificial knife, revealing that she is also in the cult.
Yes.
So this is a cult of female vampire. Like, I'm so fucking confused. Like, They could have,
They're not the like all only. I would. Well, yeah, you only see nothing but them.
yeah. So I'll go a little bit further later once we introduce the other person. Okay, so after Carmen does this and she's like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 all that crap, Kevin's like, and stuff. So Sam, Jackie, and Kevin run out of the house after Kevin punches Kayla in the face. They get outside and they're like, we need to go. Sam is like, we can't just leave like Warren and Brad there. Like, we have to go back in and get them. Kevin complains about their fucking shitty plan to save him to begin with, so they got to come up with something better. Kayla wants to go after them, but Monica says we have to complete the ritual. So instead of going after them, they drag a bleeding out Brad, or possibly dead Brad. I don't know. He might have been
I think
dead.
it might have been a dead Brad.
Out onto the ritual circle, which, you know, there were no fences and they have neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, you can see
And
a giant
nobody's
fucking
hearing any of the
altar.
yelling, anything.
Yeah. But it's whatever. So they do the ritual, they complete it, and Brad becomes Dracula, apparently. They tell Dracula that they want eternal youth, to which he says he will give that to them if they bow down and pledge their undying allegiance to him as his brides. They are
Like,
not okay with that.
Allegiance? What the fuck are
Yeah.
you talking about? Allegiance.
They are very woke women. He asks why they want the curse of eternal youth, and they reply with their Instagram follower accounts and how they make money off of modeling and brand deals, and that eternal youth would skyrocket their careers. I can believe Monica is a model. I could believe that
Maybe not
Layla
the
and
other
Kayla
ones.
are models, and I can definitely believe that Zoe is a model. I do not for 1 second believe that Carmen is a model. More
No.
importantly, how is she a model and no one fucking knows that she's a model? She's
Not
like,
that I don't
she's,
really think she's that attractive in the first place that everybody's going gaga over her.
yeah, it's all very weird, but it's like, you want eternal youth, you're gonna look exactly the same forever. How are you gonna cover that up? People are
Yeah.
gonna notice. Like, there's like no thought put into any of this whatsoever. Just as he's possibly gonna like give it to them. I don't really know, because again, if they're fucking this is what I wanted to bring up before, when it was like, I don't know if they're fucking vampires, but they keep calling them vampires, and then that one chick has fangs, so I don't fucking know. This would have been better if they were witches
Yeah.
and they
That would-
wanted
that makes
eternal
sense.
life. That would make more sense, because they could walk around in the day using supernatural powers. They could probably, you know, do the snappy necks and everything, or because the only one doing all the snappy neck bullshit is the chick
There's
that's
not
like
one
hot,
chick that died.
but also built like a fucking truck. So at least
Dude,
if she gets
is
shot,
huge.
yeah, she looks like
yeah,
she
I
works
said the
out.
same thing. I was like, holy shit, that girl's fucking. She got beat the fuck out you.
Yeah. So like that would make more sense. So that's like, yeah, she got shot, a scatter shot shotgun. She might not die right away, but she will eventually die, you know? But like, to have them be vampires, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because then it's like, oh, you're calling Dracula now, and now Dracula has to make you vampires, but I thought you were vampires.
Yeah.
Or is it regular vampires don't have eternal youth, you know, that they need like Dracula to give it to them? But then if that's not the case, then what the fuck is the point of being a vampire to begin with? Like, it doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
I don't think they're vampires. It doesn't make any sense.
But she has fangs, and she
I
didn't
mean,
have
that's all
fangs.
well and good.
And then she went, and then all of a sudden she had fangs. So it's like, this is where it's like, I like the movie, but I don't like this movie. Because there's like there's good parts to it, but then it's just like, I don't get it.
That's why I felt it was like kind of like a, not a throwaway, but like a fun
Yeah.
type movie.
Sam shoots Dracula, he falls over, and then Monica orders their deaths. So they scatter, and we get right here, we get a weird standoff between Kevin and Kayla, where they're just like, a lot, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And then she's like, you're a bitch, and he's like, no, you're a bitch. And then she's all like, you're a bitch, and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
What's going on?
Then it cuts to Layla tackling Sam, and instead of just immediately killing him, he tells her how pretty she is, and she's like, oh, thank you. And then Carmen is hunting Jackie in the house. It cuts back to Kayla, where she charges at Kevin, where he stabs her in the stomach with the crowbar. She gets pissed off by this, saying that like it ruined her cardigan or her sweater or whatever the fuck she's wearing. So she goes to charge him again, but this time he takes the shotgun and he shoots her, and then she dies. And what was that fucking muzzle flash? Like, you can buy the Action Essentials pack online, and it has a shotgun muzzle flash that you could just drag and drop. What was this like fireworks sparkler bullshit that they had coming out of a shotgun? Like, it looked terrible. Sam tells Layla that he's not good with women, and she's like, I don't care. I'm gonna kill you now. But he's like, wait. Can I at least get a kiss before you kill me? So she's like, fine. And starts kissing him, which good on him. That's probably the first time he's ever been kissed because he's probably a fucking virgin. And while they're kissing, he straps the grenade belt to her, cinches it tight. And when she's like, what the hell? He pulls the pin off and is like, and then she backs away, and then he hides. And then again, a terrible fucking explosion. You don't see it, but you see like the aftermath, like shoot past like him. And it looks fucking terrible. Because there's no explosion. It looks like fucking fire, like those little sparklers you can buy at like fucking Target. But then it cuts to him looking down on her, and that's some pretty good gore.
Yes.
That looked really good.
That's the only one.
Carmen is still hunting Jackie in the house. Monica is trying to wake Dracula up. When she does wake him up finally, he just like grants her eternal youth by snapping her neck so she'll look young and beautiful forever. Back in the house, Jackie manages to lure Monica into a room so that she can get behind her, and she sprays her. She like turns around, she's like, howdy neighbor, and then shoots her with holy water, which does absolutely nothing because that holy water is most definitely not holy water.
Yeah. And
when Carmen realizes that nothing happened with it, I at first thought like maybe it was gasoline, she was gonna light her on fire. That's way too big budget. So she takes another shotgun and shoots her, and this time there's like no muzzle flash whatsoever. So it's like they just decided to stop doing it, and then Carmen's dead. Sam and Kevin rush back into the house looking for Jackie, not Warren, just Jackie. She comes running downstairs and they hug each other, and then they realize they need to check up on Warren, who is still completely knocked out. So they decide to spray not holy water in his face. That wakes him up. I'm assuming at some point after Dracula snapped Monica's neck, he just like dipped out. He was just like deuces.
There's no point in standing around.
Warren tells Sam they did a good job taking care of all the vampires, who I don't think were vampires at all. And if he ever wants a job that isn't accounting, he's more than welcome to join him. Then Jackie and Kevin discuss that, yeah, things are going to change, but you know, they're still all best friends, really? And they're still going to see each other. That they've murdered a whole bunch of people together, so you know some things just don't go away.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like I know what you did last summer type of deal.
Yeah, so I think it was Kevin that's like, you know, I'm hungry, I can go for pizza or something. They're like, oh come on dude, or whatever, and then they go, how about we get Burger King? And then they're like, how about Willis Burgers or something fucking stupid like that. And then it cuts to 8 months later. The gang is still tight knit. They're in their own respective like areas, playing. I think Battlefront 2 again, because I'm pretty sure them together, they were playing Battlefront 2, and then
beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning they were playing Battlefront 2, and then Brad was playing Fallen Order. So now the group is back to playing multiplayer games again, and they're playing Battlefront 2. When Sam tells them that he has to go because he has a call, and it's Warren. He's talking to Warren, who's out on a job right now, and he lets him know that Brad's parents never reported him missing. So he went to go check in on it, and
that's not good.
He checked some of their mail and found that someone has been writing to Brad's parents as Brad. So he's assuming it's Brad as Dracula keeping up appearances, and then it like cuts to black and it says Warren and Dracula will return in Van Helsing, and then that's the end of Superhot.
Dun dun dun.
I got no fun facts for you. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
It's like I checked the IMDb page where there could be some fun facts and trivia. The only stuff there is like some of the people's names are like based on authors of novels. So like Monica's name is Monica Stoker. Jackie's name is Jackie, Polidori, who apparently is another fucking person. Like another fucking, whatchamacallit, vampire novelist person. Goofs for it. Continuity wise, Van Helsing asks for help putting 2 bodies in the rear of the truck, but when the tailgate closes, there's only 1 body. Fake ass looking hand. Oh, I didn't even notice this one. Armed with only a water pistol, Jackie fails to even injure Carmen, but then she suddenly kills Carmen with a shotgun that appears out of nowhere. So she wasn't even carrying a shotgun, but she killed her with a shotgun.
That, yeah.
I didn't even fucking realize that. Yeah. The female vampires want eternal youth and beauty so they can work forever as models, but having famous faces that never age will soon expose their dangerous secret. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's even other people are pointing out in revealing mistakes that the premise of this thing is just fucking stupid. But no one's pointing out that how are they fucking vampires? Like, no one's pointing any of that shit out.
Because it's flimsy. There's no fucking idea of how they became vampires, why they're vampires, why a sorority is randomly vampires. Like, there's not a lot there.
Yeah. But now for your more in-depth review. What do you like? What do you dislike? Your rating?
I honestly like the comedy involved in it. The rating is like a 3. It's not a 3, and it's only a 3 only because it says it's a horror film, but it's not a horror film.
Yeah, there's nothing remotely scary about it.
Is it because they said vampire? Extremely funny. You know what I mean?
But is it like because they said it's vampires that suddenly they classify it as a fucking horror?
I guess because there was fangs in it, or maybe that one blow up scene of the body, but that's still not even a good enough reason.
I feel like this is more of a comedy.
It is a comedy, like not funny, not scary comedy.
Yeah. But what'd you like about it?
The characters were cool. I liked Jackie. I like Sam. Their camaraderie was great there. Van Helsing was pretty fucking cool. I remember him he has to be from fucking something.
He has been in a couple of things. Because I know the main thing is he had an uncredited role in the Wolverine, the Hugh Jackman movie, the shitty one, not the good Wolverine movies, but like the shitty one. I think that's like where he went to Japan and shit. It's weird, but yeah, he had an uncredited role as a ninja. Sir. Not accounting for bad taste.
Nah, I've seen him in something else. I gotta find that movie.
He was in Hacksaw Ridge as a Japanese officer. Night Watcher, I don't know what that is. Bullet Train, don't know what that is. Super Hot. He was in a TV miniseries, which basically means it was like a YouTube series called Naruto Climbing Silver, where it was like a live action. Yeah, Naruto.
Well, the way you said, like, broke that down, I didn't know if it would like actually.
What, Naruto?
Yeah, it was.
There's only one Naruto.
Oh, so it is involved. It like has to do with that.
Well, yeah, it's Naruto, and the miniseries is called Climbing Silver. And
okay.
Yeah, it was a live action thing, so it was most likely for YouTube. And then yeah, it's just he was also in Necrotronic, which was a good movie. I will have us watch that at some point. It's a good Australian movie. Yeah. But yeah, like he's not really in a whole. Oh, he was in Unbroken as Tokyo Radio Man. That was the Angelina Jolie directed movie.
Oh, then I probably didn't see that.
About like some Olympian who like held up a thing for, I don't fucking know. It looked boring as shit, so I didn't even fucking bother watching it. But yeah, it's like he's been in stuff. It's just not like they've all been in like a bunch of them have only been in like one thing. I think the chick that plays Helen, it's Celeste Marcone. She was on Doom Patrol as a teacher for an episode, and Doom Patrol is a really good DC show. Wildfire, that's something new. I'm going through, like, she has a shit ton of stuff. She probably has more credits than anyone else, but it's like nothing you would fucking see. TV series, documentary, shit like that. The chick that plays Helen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, like none of them have really been in a lot of stuff where you can definitely be like, oh, it's that guy. Like he might just have that face. Yeah, because like even like the pizza place boss, he's been in like 2 things. Like that's it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, none of them have really been in stuff, but they're not bad. Like their performances aren't bad. I think like for my review,
I think it was a movie.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I don't dislike this movie, but I also don't like this movie. The cinematography is not bad, and the story concept isn't bad. it's the editing is terrible. And I do feel that a lot of the performances could be fixed by editing, because it's like there's multiple scenes where, like, one that immediately comes off the top of my head, when they're hiding in the car from Carmen.
Yeah.
The dude that plays Sam is laughing as they're going down to hide.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like, why was that in? It's like I could clearly see him like smiling as they're going down, when it's like you're supposed to be serious and trying to like hide and everything.
Well, listen,
and it's like, why didn't you do another cut?
Real low.
Yeah.
They ran out of money, probably.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, like I've complained before, whenever the characters are talking, there's too long of a gap between people like saying stuff, which
like pauses, you mean?
Yeah, like the pauses between, like if I go, hey man, what are you doing today? And then there's a 5-second pause, and then you're like, I don't know, I was thinking about doing this. It's like, no, if I went, hey man, what are you doing today? Immediately you'd be like, I don't know, man. You know, like there would be an immediate response. This is like the person said the line, and then the other person was trying to remember what their line was, and then said the line.
He asked for a line, and someone finally said it.
So it's just shit like that. Way too many driving scenes, way too fucking many. It legitimately felt like the only purpose for the driving scenes was to play some douchebag's fucking band's music to get them exposure. Like that's all that it felt like. None of it felt natural.
The band they were changing in the beginning with her trying to find her station.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that the band is bad. I'm saying that the implementation of it is bad because it's background music. Yeah. Or it's music that serves the purpose. Like, why do we have a scene of them driving Kevin to his house where they're just dancing in the car? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why do we have a driving scene of what is it? After they pick her up at work? Why do we have a driving scene where they're discussing shit about fucking Marvel movies if they were cast in the 90s? Like, none of this fucking matters. Is this just to be like, oh look,
conversation?
Yes, but I would have that conversation in my boring fucking life. I wouldn't have that conversation in a fucking movie. You cut that shit out. It doesn't serve a purpose to the fucking film. Unless it's like, oh, they're nerds. It's like, okay, but who fucking gives a shit? Like, no one cares. All that you have shown us so far is that these girls wanted a book, and then Jackie quit her job. That's it. We have no context. In the beginning, you don't know that they're vampires.
Yeah.
There's nothing that states that they're fucking vampires. You don't even know what fucking book they got. I'm assuming since there's a ritual.
Is it a Necronomicon? Like, what is it?
I'm assuming like the book that they grabbed is a spell book, which means, are they vampires or are they witches? You're claiming through all of this fucking shit that they're vampires, but they're not fucking vampires. If anything, they're witches. So like all that shit's fucked up. You could have had a little bit more backstory on that. Maybe like the history of the area was like heavy into witchcraft or something. Like there could have been so much stuff, and it just, instead of figuring out a way to either cut the car scenes and put something better that like tells more of the story so that you don't have all these huge gaps, they just went, we'll just put them in a car and have them dance around, then we'll play music. Just have a stupid nerd conversation. What would nerds say? What would you geek out about?
Would you geek? Yeah.
And then it's like, but at least during the day when they're driving around, the exteriors in the windows look great. At night, what the fuck was that? Were they recording the video to play back in those scenes on like a fucking, like a Razr? Like on a Razr flip phone?
They might have.
What the, like, it looks so fucking bad. It looks so fucking bad. Like, I would have just reshot that during the day and then tried to color grade it to fucking be like nighttime. Like, it looked terrible. Like, you said...
Oh, wait, wasn't it Gracefield that was shot all at night and they, like, dubbed over the fucking guy?
Yeah, and then they basically just went, oh, green tint, it's night vision. But there's a way
Yeah.
that you can shoot night vision. Like you can shoot like day for night. You just have to lower the shit. So like here. So right now I'm dark. I'm gonna lower my fucking resolution. Not my resolution, my f-stop. So it's like right now I'm raising it and it's making me brighter. Right? You could do the same thing to make your room and stuff look darker than it is.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You know what they're not doing? They're not doing that. And it looks like shit.
Simplicity of it.
So it's just, I would probably give this a 2.5, but since you don't want to do points, you want to do whole numbers, I'd say it's a 3.
I fucking do then rate it at your fucking rating.
Well, no, because we need a consensus for the podcast.
Oh, so then I guess you have to do solid numbers, don't you?
Yeah. So I would say if you're giving it like a low 3, I would be giving it like a high 2.5, so like a 3. I guess. I don't know, man. It's just,
It's definitely a 3 on my end.
yeah, there's just so much that annoys me with it that like I looked and he has made a bunch of other films that I don't feel this one should have been as bad as it is.
As bad as it is.
But yeah, so our final review for it, Super Hot gets a 3. It's worth watching, but you know, I wouldn't pay for it. Like that's my big thing. Like I said earlier, like just even based on like the thumbnail for it, it looks like it's a YouTube video. Like it gives off that vibe. It doesn't give off of like, oh, like this is a film. This is like, you should not be paying money to see this. This should be something that's like free on YouTube. So next week there most likely won't be a podcast because I will be at RTX with my child. So that gives you 2 weeks to watch a really good film. Oh fuck, did I close IMDb?
It's your pick. Yeah, it's your pick now.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Because I want to see all the other films that this guy did. Because I know he's done a bunch of shit. The Innkeepers. Okay, The Innkeepers is from 2011. Okay, what is House of the Devil? Hold on. Because that sounds familiar. Oh, it's that film. I never watched it, but I wanted to. Okay, so next week's film is going to be The Innkeepers. It is directed by Ty West, who has also directed that new horror movie that just came out, X.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. He also did an episode of the Scream TV series. He did segments for VHS and the ABCs of Death. He directed Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever. 2 episodes of the TV series Wayward Pines, which was actually really good. Yeah, that's about it. I think the next thing he has coming out is the sequel or prequel to X called Pearl.
Pearl? Is what you said?
Yeah. Pearl. Yeah. Because that was the name of one of the characters in it. And the film stars, fuck is her name? Sarah Paxton.
Isn't Bill I was gonna say Bill Paxton.
No, Sarah Paxton. Do not believe she is related to
Bill Paxton.
Yeah. But she was
Game
in
over,
Liar
man.
Liar.
Game
No.
over.
Oh, no, wait. She's the 7th cousin of actor Bill Paxton.
Oh,
So yeah,
see?
she is related to him.
Game over, man. I'm gonna watch
Game
that.
over. But yeah, so let me get dish up.
You're gonna come in here? We're just fucked. Fucking love that movie.
And that is The Innkeepers. It's a fun little spooky movie about a
Lot
haunted
scarier than the last one.
yeah. So yeah, you'll have 2 weeks to watch that, and then after the Innkeepers, will. Oh, you never specified which Slumber Party Massacre, the original one or the remake?
Oh fuck! Now I gotta look now.
Yeah,
I think the one I saw was the original.
I think one was from like the 80s, and the other one is
there
from.
is one from the 70s, 80s, and there's a new. I guess there's a new one. I'll look and make sure of it this weekend.
Okay, but yeah, so not next week. You have 2 weeks. Next Saturday, no podcast. Week after we will have it. When are you gonna be live again?
100% Tuesday.
100%. God damn it! Why is it doing that? Tuesday. There you go. What the fuck? That took like entirely too long to get that to pop up. There you go. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But those are our handles. I'm Moondog82 on Twitch, the channel you are on right now. Anthony is Murdoch the Red, and I will see all of you on Monday. Bye.